of the get up is, let's make it official, we're gonna stand all the way up if you're ready for it. So let's go through the process here. Safety, first stop, first step, second step, third step. Wait, is that 3? The bridge was 3.
Yeah, and then 4.
And then 4 was the pull through, right? Then simply stand up, right? That's probably gonna be the most challenging out of all of this because you have weight above your head, you're relying on just that one leg to stand up. Simple stuff, reverse lunge, move that hip outward so you have a bigger base of support. Hand goes to the side, big bridge, pull through, elbow, way back, and then flip other side. Cool? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go one full get up, and then we're gonna stop here. Right? So you're gonna do your get up once, and then you're gonna come back down, reverse here, and then stop right here. Come right back, push up, move that hip, and stand up. As far as your reps are concerned. Make sense? So you're gonna stand all the way up, and then go back 2 steps, and then keep on standing up, going back 2 steps. Make sense? Let's do 5 each. That'll be the first hand for mobility. Cool? Rock and roll. Favorites, YTWs. Folding over at your waist, hinging at the waist, flat back. Forming a Y with our upper body, this way. Okay, I'm just using weights, you don't even need the weights. The idea is just to activate those muscles around your shoulder using different movements. So this is a Y position, and then a T position. Notice how my hands are rotated outward, my shoulders are rotated outward, thumbs are leading the way. Thumbs go first. That's T, and then the W is back this way. Palms down, try to get as many muscles in that upper back activated as possible. Cool? Really pinch back. We're doing 10 each. 10 Ys, 10 Ts, and 10 Ws. Okay. And while you're in that position, your also lower back's gonna be catching fire a little bit. All right, guys, let's get rocking and rolling. Chop, chop. Today's warm-up is gonna be a lot of balance, a lot of instability to create stability. That doesn't make any sense, but you're gonna be using less space. You're going to be using more of your coordination, like neurological connections, if you will. First one on our list is a lateral leg raise on your toes. So I have one stick here. You can most certainly grab 2 from the pile of PVCs in the corner, but you're going to press up onto one calf, or one leg is going to be up off the ground on your toes, and that opposite leg is going to be kicking out to the side. Okay, and your job is to keep that calf raised up and get that hip outward. Okay, hold whatever hand, I was trying to figure out before which hand would make me feel a little bit more stable. It's really depending on each individual. You may feel it, different sides, or if you grab 2, you'll be the most balanced, obviously, right? But you're definitely trying to get that heel off the ground and do those raises. We're looking for 10 each side. Next up on our list, something Adam called them the step down, parentheses, slow. But they've been called toe drags in the past before. Here's how it's going down. So finding a box, that's not even part of the exercise, stepping up. The exercise comes down from here. So my one leg is doing the work, and you can see my legs already kind of wiggling and wobbling here. This back leg is just going to glide all the way down the box, and you can see this leg is assuming all the responsibility right now, trying to stay stable as low as you can go, and then back down. And you can stay on the same side, or you can alternate. Same thing, rinse and repeat, really trying to slowly drag that toe all the way down until you can't hold it anymore. Okay, try to make that heel stay flat in the box, and then that glutes can get fired up, and the quad and stability is really going to be a factor with that. Okay, guys at home, You can do a slow reverse lunge. Okay, so you're here, step back nice and slow, make sure that one leg does all the work, and then drop it, and then come right back. Cool, so you're kind of leaning onto that one leg, no different than if you were to have a box. Maybe a little different, but same concept. Doing 8 to 10 each side, and then last but certainly not least, get those calves fired up a little bit more. And grab a plate, stick your toes on it this time, heels are off, pole can be in front, or if you don't need a pole then just fine, you're working on more balance. But all the way down, get a good stretch, and then press. Focus on your big toe, focusing on your big toe into the plate and getting full contraction in that calf, and then all the way back down. I'm going super slow to show you demonstrations, but once you get rocking and rolling, it's like a seesaw. Down, and then press up. Make sure you feel it back here in your calf. Okay? Doing 20 reps for those, 3 rounds. Any questions? No? Good, it's a good warm-up. Not that any other days any different, but. All right, 4 exercises, guys. First one for your core is going to be a roll-up. Yes, we've done them all week long, but this gives you an opportunity to maybe go a little bit heavier and, again, continue to work on habits, right? So getting more comfortable with this position here, rolling back down, pressing right back up, really trying to just build that kind of neurological, burn it into your brain, so to speak. But I'll give you an option if you want to do a double Roman sit-up, just for change of pace if you don't want to do any more roll-ups. Still a part of the exercise, still basically same thing, except you have 2 dumbbells now. Okay, that's going to be obviously 10 to 15 reps. Next up, call it a jump drop. Right, so we did box jumps yesterday. I'm just going to steal this, if you don't mind. We did box jumps yesterday, right? So now today we're going to learn on deceleration, right? So getting close to the edge of the box or plates. We can build up a smaller kind of height here. You don't have to use the box this high, but working on instability and balance. Step back up. Your job is to control it, control the landing, nice and softly, and not, you don't want to slam down, either up or down, right? So that's going to be your second exercise for your legs. Guys at home, you're going to do jumping lip squats. Jumping split squats, but work on the negative part of it, right? So if you're here, jumping split squat, try to work on slowly working on that deceleration, okay? Next up, row, or deadlift to row. You guys can do here if you want. Do a row first, and then a deadlift. Then a deadlift. Okay? 8 to 10 reps. I'm sorry, 10 to 15 reps. And then last but certainly not least, half knee overhead press. So taking a half knee position here. I just want to make sure you guys can see that. Rachel and Heather. So we talked a little earlier about base of support. I think we did. Right, when you're doing your lateral toe raises, you have less base of support, less things creating space for yourself. So when you're in this half knee position, right, there's more that goes into it than just pressing this kettlebell up. I'm actually squeezing my back knee, or my back glute, keeping that hip stable. And I'm also thinking about keeping this leg close to the midline of my body, belly button. Out here I have more base of support. My body's going to be more stable, more balanced. Here, when I bring that in, now I have, it's like walking a tightrope, right? You have less support, or less base of support. So now you're trying to press up, core's having to work a little bit harder. Okay? So think about that when you're positioning yourself. Same thing with that, we're doing either 8 or 8 each side. 5 or 8 each side for those. Cool? Guys, choose your own adventure. And each day we're going to practice one specific part of it. That's how big of an exercise it is. It has many components, right? And you can see, even this is a component. I'll start with this. Safety first. So keep that kettlebell snuggled up, close to your body, and then roll onto your back. And then punch it up as if you're doing a press. Number 2. Now, that kettlebell, don't let it flop backwards. Okay, so you want to make sure your forearms are engaged. If you're using a kettlebell, if you're using a dumbbell, it's way easier to balance. The kettlebell is obviously offset, so it's going to be wanting to pull you this way. Your job is to keep that forearm engaged, number 1. Okay. Number 2, you look at all the joints should be stacked up. Physical education 101, and this is not. This goes beyond the Turkish get-up. Wrist should be above the elbow, should be above the shoulder. Right. That's stability. Next up, you want to make sure that same side is up. So whatever hand is up, that's the knee that's up. It should be easy to remember, right? And this back hand here, the other hand, the other leg, are going to be your base leg, or base. Just stop right there. This is going to be your base, okay? This is going to be the working side. This is going to be the base side. So the first step is just to roll up onto this elbow here. This back elbow, I'll spin around. You guys at home can see. This back elbow should be engaged. Well, the elbow shouldn't be engaged. The elbow should be pressing into the floor to engage the neck muscles and to engage the core muscles. Right? So it's here. That's number 1. I'm just going to finish the Turkish get up. Right back down to here.